Are you wondering whether you too are a pet medium? That means communicating with animals in the afterlife. Well, in this video, I'm going to be sharing 10 signs that confirm that you too are a pet medium and have the ability to connect and speak to animals in the afterlife. So let's dive right into it. Sign number one. You have a deep empathy for animals, and these are animals that are in your life now. You've just got this sense of feeling. You can tell when they're not well, you can tell when something's going on with them, and it's just a knowing. It's like you can feel it deep in your bones, even though other people around you may say no, they're fine, there's nothing wrong with them, don't worry about it. You know, this is this instant empathy of feeling their emotions as if they were your own. So if that is one of the signs that you have, it could mean you are a pet medium. Sign number two, another one, is that you can see shadows in your peripheral vision. Okay, so this happens when animals have crossed over, and what you'll see is like a shadow in the shape of the body of an animal in spirit. So if it's a cat, it will have that cat form. If it's a dog or a bird, it will have that form, and it will move in the areas where that animal used to move. So if they're an animal that walks on the floor, you'll see the shadow close to the floor. If they're an animal that spends time up in high places, or a bird, then you'll see those movements up high. So in the same locations where they used to spend time when they were here. And these shadows appear in the peripheral vision, like I said, and this is like the furthest away you can physically see with your eye, but as soon as you turn your head, the person or the animal is gone. Okay, so this is a sign that you're a medium and you're seeing them through that side vision. Okay, sign number three, another common one, is that you are obsessed with everything paranormal. And I mean, you're binging on all the TV series and movies that deal with the paranormal, so ghosts, Afterlife, all these type of movies. You're naturally drawn to them for whatever reason, and yes, they may spook you, yes, you may not want to watch them, but there's always something that brings you back to seeing those movies. Okay, so that's another sign. Sign number four is that you've had psychic mediums in the family. And this doesn't have to be within your immediate family, it can be in your ancestors. So usually the gift passes from grandmother, skips a generation, and then continues, but sometimes it goes all the way through. So just because your mom's sisters, your aunts, they don't have the ability, learn about any possibilities of having psychic mediums within the family. So just find out. And they may not have called themselves a psychic medium, but they would have spoken about this intuition and knowing that they just knew things, and people would come and gather information or get information from them on different topics. So that's a sign that you could have these abilities too. Okay, sign number five is that you used to be scared of the dark. Okay, and this is a common one among psychics. Why, you ask? Well, it's because when we're young, we tend to have our abilities open, and almost if not all children, most children have this ability fully open and accessible. Okay, so if as a child you used to get scared of the dark, the probability is that you felt things move around the room, or you started hearing noises, and then that would spook you. But then when the lights went on, you couldn't hear anything, you couldn't see anything, and your mom told you that what you were perceiving wasn't really there. And this is a sign that you may have had these abilities and that you were sensing the afterlife, even though you weren't necessarily aware of it and your parents didn't know that this was happening. Another sign, so sign number six, is that you had an imaginary friend. And I don't mean a random imaginary friend every single day, but It's when you've got the same friend that keeps connecting and interacting with you. And a lot of us have had imaginary friends as children, and these are friends that support you in your growth. So for example, they may have been there to support you when you were scared. It could also be an individual, or it could have been an animal too. So some people have imaginary animal friends, and they're there to guide you, to make you feel safe in your daily life. So if that's another sign that if that's something that's happened to you as a child, it could also mean that you are a pet medium. Another one here that many pet mediums have is this connection with animals. And it's not just empathy for animals, but wherever they go, animals are just instantly drawn to them, okay? And this is because animals can pick up on our frequency, and they can sense this heightened state of awareness. So we vibrate as pet mediums on a higher level, so we're accessing higher frequencies, and these animals can access these frequencies. Usually as a medium, you'll feel a sense of compassion. You'll connect to states of love and deep empathy for animals, but the animals are drawn to that because this is what gives them peace. So if you find that animals naturally gravitate to you, whether they're stray animals, a neighbor's animal, you know that you've got this sensitivity to communicate with animals, and then that ability is open for you to also connect with them in the afterlife. So another one that most people have, and a lot of people actually find out about this ability to communicate because during a meditation, they start getting images through their third eye, and they start seeing visions of animals, and this could be their animals in the afterlife, but it's new situations. So it's not a familiar memory that would have happened in the past. It still feels familiar, but it's a new experience with their animal, okay? And they may show you what it's like to be in the afterlife, where they are living, what their experience is. And that's another sign that you've connected to them, because you've raised your awareness to the right frequency so that you can connect with them and receive those intuitive insights from them. Okay, so that's another one. Sign number 9 is that you get pet visitation dreams. And I've spoken about this in previous videos, but pet visitation dreams are definitely one of the most common signs that people or pet mediums experience. And this is sign number 9. Okay, so you'll get a dream, you'll have a dream, but it's not like a regular dream because there's an intensity to it. It's a unique dream, and you feel it's so vivid that when you wake up, you actually doubt whether the experience happened or not. Obviously, you know it didn't because you're in your bed, you've woken up from a dream, but there's a real life like nature to them, okay? And that is a sign that you are able to communicate through dreams, and that there's also the potential there to communicate and connect with your animals and other animals in the afterlife outside of the dream. So if this is happening in your dream state, know that you've got the ability, and if you want to explore that further, it's something you can do to reawaken these natural gifts. Everyone has the capacity to communicate with animals. We've just forgotten how to do it because we've been told not to, or our parents have told us that we were making things up. And what we've done is we've gone into the analytical brain, and we've forgotten about this natural skill that we had to read our environment, read our animals, and read those people around us. And that's a very important skill to have, this intuitive ability, okay? So that was sign number 9. Another sign, so sign number 10 would be that you have it, so you feel like you're from this world, obviously, because you are, but there's a part of you that doesn't feel like you fully fit in. So because you experience the world around you so differently, you feel like a part of you doesn't fully fit in with the general public, okay? And that isn't necessarily true. It's just that you've got a different way of perceiving the world. You've got an extra sensitivity which isn't being validated within your circle. But if you connect with other people that have this refined or developed intuitive ability, you'll realize that actually your abilities are perfectly normal and they're actually extrasensory, and you can perceive so much more about your environment, people, places, animals that others can't, because they haven't worked on this ability. So it means that you've retained a part of that intuitive ability from childhood and it's never completely left you. So that is another sign. So if you've had any of these signs, 1, 2, or even all of them, it is a sign that you are an animal communicator. And if you want to learn more about how to develop this communication ability with animals, both living and in the afterlife, keep watching my videos, or you can check my website to learn more about this topic. All right, look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.